everyone, my name is Angel and today I will be setting up my bullet journal for January. I know this is a bit late, but as long as I can properly use my bullet journal, then everything's fine. So if you still haven't set up your bullet journal for the month, grab your journal, pens, and markers and let's start planning. Okay, welcome to the voiceover, and if you look at what I am writing on the left page, I am making the quote page with the quote, "Stay hungry, feast on success." And this is a reminder that we have another whole year, another set of opportunities to achieve the goals that we are working towards. Below the quote, I'm drawing a grill. Yes, a grill, because this month's theme has to do with samgyupsal or Korean pork belly meat, because this is the first meal I had with my family for the new year. It is also one of my favorite comfort food, and the only reason it isn't my top favorite food is because it is very tedious to clean up afterwards because of all the dishes to clean and the oily grill. But if you haven't tried it out yet, maybe you should. On the next page, we have the cover page, which I'm trying to decorate with a weird orange ring. Again, this is a grill and in it should be the meat, but I will place the word January in it to mark the beginning of January in my journal. Around the grill, we have different side dishes such as lettuce, rice, and kimchi. The style I am going for with this setup is imperfect. I say that because the grill is in a perfect circle, but seriously, it was kind of intentional. And I want the drawings to look like watercolor paintings, which is why I didn't outline them in black ink. I am using a bunch of Tombow markers and Crayola Super Tips, but I am also using the Zig calligraphy marker in Clover, which is the first time I tried using this kind of marker on my journal. In the previous years, I stuck to Tombow, Crayola, and black brush pens, but this year, I needed this type of green and I didn't want to go out and buy a new Tombow marker for this, so I decided that the Zig marker would work out just fine. Moving on to the monthly calendar, I started by drawing the calendar with my Micron fine liner in 0.2. I also used the Sakura Jelly Roll in white because I miscounted the grids and drew the line along the wrong column. For decoration, I started with the orange basket looking thing, but this is a pot. I just thought I could wing it with the hatching, but you'll be the judge of that. I also have this wash of golden yellow, which is intentionally that way because these are noodles. This little sketch here is a pot of ramen, and to be honest, I never actually had ramen before, so I don't know how these taste, but looking at the spring onions in my reference photo, I think they taste amazing. By the way, if you want to see my reference photos, I will be linking my Pinterest board in the description. Also, if you want to see the complete list of supplies that I used, they are also listed in the description. I did a wash of rust-colored circles at the top left of each box in the calendar, so that is where I will place the dates. I also have a wash of the same color at the top, which is where I will place the days of the week. To label the calendar, I made it so it says January in Korean with the number 1 and the word wol, which together is read as ilwol, which literally means 1 moon or 1 month. Further decorating the page, I drew a bunch of Korean food such as soju, which is a drink, not a food, a bowl of kimchi, and a bowl of bibimbap. Now we have the trackers. For this month, I decided to do the mood and habit trackers only because I didn't journal in November and December of 2020 and I want to ease into the system again before adding other spreads. For the mood tracker, I am drawing a bunch of cylinders stacked onto each other, and these are meant to look like tteokbokki or rice cakes. Each cylinder represents one day and I will be coloring each of this every day depending on my mood. I just wrote the title in serif bubble letters and used 4 colors to decorate the page. These are also the colors I will use to represent my mood for each day. Now for the habit tracker. As per usual, I did a bunch of tiny calendars which will represent each habit I want to track this month, and I have 8 of them, which means I will track 8 habits this January. To decorate the page, I am drawing a soju bottle with a Zig marker and a lime green Crayola Super Tips marker. I think this is my favorite illustration for this entire setup just because this is my first time trying out this technique, where I used the broad tip of the marker and used that to hatch along the sides of the bottle for shadow. I didn't drag the markers at all for this illustration, and I think I like the hatching style for this particular soju bottle. As with the mood tracker, I did a title in similar style with the serif bubble lettering. Finally, I finished this spread by labeling each calendar with a habit that I want to track. Wait, it's not done yet. Using the same 4 markers for my mood tracker, I colored in the title with those markers. For the habit tracker, I used the 2 greens to color in the title. Because I am uploading this late into the month, I decided to do 2 weeklies. Also, since school doesn't start until the end of the month, I am only doing 2 weeklies on half pages. I am not expecting a lot of planning for this week and the next, so I started by outlining the small planning space for each weekly. The space for each day is only 5 tall and 15 wide, so I only have a maximum of 5 tasks per day. If you want to redo this spread, you can make this into a single weekly spread and divide the days onto the 2 pages. Decorating the page, I again have the grill peeking out of each planning space, and I am dabbing the brush pen to color in the shape. Inside the grills, I have some meat cooking, and around the grill, I have a bunch of plates with dips, chopsticks, and side dishes. If you've been to a samgyupsal restaurant, you might think, why does she always draw the same side dishes? Where are the baby potatoes or the japchae? And you aren't going to see any of them at any time on the setup because I don't eat them. I'm only drawing the side dishes that we have at home, so we will see lettuce, rice, and kimchi the most often. This is also a design choice because the colors complement each other and they are vibrant enough but not overbearing to make the page look beautiful. Finally, I am taking this gold tumbo marker which almost dried out to color in the plates. This won't work the same way if your marker isn't drying out because the color will be too strong. Next, I wrote out the week numbers above each planning space, and using the jelly roll, I wrote down the dates and days of the week on the black. For week 2, I wrote the days of the week in Korean, while for week 3, I wrote them down in English. Again, after minor changes, we have reached the final flip through. And that is all for today's Splendid Me. I hope you like this month's Korean comfort food / samgyupsal theme as much as I do. And if you want to see more weeklies with this theme, follow me on my Bujo Instagram at AngelSLNGA. It will be linked in the description. So, if you liked how I set up my bullet journal for January, be sure to click the thumbs up button and also subscribe for more bullet journal videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!